15 Black inventions they never told you about in school. If you want to learn about more stories similar, make sure to sign up for our daily newsletter and free 5-story ebook. Link in the comments. Let's get started.
Black history that isn't taught in schools. Ever heard of the real Mccoy? That phrase originated from a man named Elijah Mccoy. Born in 1844 in Canada to fugitive slaves who had escaped via the Underground Railroad, Elijah's interest in mechanics was evident from a young age. His parents, recognizing his potential, sent him to Scotland for an apprenticeship in mechanical engineering. Upon his return, he faced racial barriers that prevented him from working as an engineer. Undeterred, he took a job as a fireman and oiler for the Michigan Central Railroad. It was here that he invented a superior automatic oiling system for steam locomotives. This invention was so effective that it allowed trains to run continuously without stopping for maintenance, revolutionizing the industry. His products were so sought after that people specifically asked for the real Mccoy.
Now a little knowledge about your favorite instrument. Man revolutionized the soul of your favorite instrument, yet you don't know his story. His name? Joseph H Dickinson. A Black American inventor from the late 1800s, whose impact still resonates in every note played. Born in 1855 in Chatham, Ontario, and raised in Detroit after his family returned to the U.S., Dickinson faced a society that silenced his potential. Yet, his genius shone through, starting at the Clough and Warren Organ Company at just 17, where he honed his craft over a decade. Dickinson's breakthrough came in 1893, with his improvement to the piano's internal action mechanism, a clever roller system that enhanced sound quality and responsiveness like never before. This wasn't just a tweak. It allowed pianos to start playing from any point on the music roll and even reverse, a leap forward ignored by history's spotlight. His work at the organ company laid the groundwork, leading to innovations like the duo art reproducing piano, a marvel of its time. With over a dozen patents, he blended engineering and artistry, enriching music when opportunities were scarce. Why isn't Joseph H Dickinson a household name? His story's buried, but his legacy lives in every piano's touch. Picture today's music without that responsiveness, lost to time. Drop a comment if you think his contribution deserves more recognition. Follow for more. Let's throw it over to some history about technology.
The secrets of innovation, let's delve into the brilliance of Marie Van Brittan Brown, a visionary inventor who left an indelible mark. Imagine a world where security was revolutionized. This was the realm Marie stepped into. Marie was no ordinary inventor. She was a pioneer who birthed the very concept of home security systems. Her groundbreaking invention, the closed-circuit television security system, was a marvel of its time. It wasn't just a mechanism, it was a guardian, watching over homes like a vigilant sentry. But Marie didn't stop there. She laid the foundation for an entire industry. In a society demanding change, she provided a solution that transcended boundaries. Her closed-circuit television system was a shield, turning vulnerability into strength. As we marvel at our modern security landscape, let's remember the woman who saw beyond the present, a true architect of safety, Marie Van Brittan Brown.
Let's keep it on technology as we navigate through these inventions.
The woman who revolutionized global navigation was a Black mathematician who NASA didn't even recognize until decades after her groundbreaking work. Dr. Gladys West wasn't just a mathematician. She was a hidden genius who transformed how we navigate the world. Born in 1930 in rural Virginia, she overcame segregation and systemic racism to become a pivotal figure in satellite technology. How does a sharecropper's daughter become a NASA mathematician? Growing up in Dinwiddie County, Virginia, Gladys saw education as her escape from agricultural labor. She was the first in her family to go to college on a full scholarship. Her determination would lead her to become one of the most important mathematicians in satellite technology history. What made her GPS calculations so revolutionary? At the Naval Surface Warfare Center, West programmed complex mathematical models that precisely calculated the shape of the Earth, critical for accurate satellite tracking. Her precise calculations became the foundation for the global positioning system we use every single day. How did a Black woman achieve this in a world designed to hold her back? Despite facing racial and gender discrimination, West continued her work, publishing numerous scientific papers, and developing increasingly sophisticated mathematical models. In 2018, she was finally inducted into the Air Force Space and Missile Pioneers Hall of Fame, proving that brilliance cannot be silent.
Now let's look at world-changing medical history. Stats. Imagine a time when hospitals couldn't monitor your heart, and one man's genius made it possible. His name? Otis Boykin, a Black American hero from the 1930s whose impact still echoes today. Born in a world that was full of dreamers, Boykins was a valedictorian of Booker T. Washington High, his mind already buzzing with brilliance. Fast forward to the early 60s, he's at CTS Labs, forging the pacemaker, a device that steadies heartbeats for millions with heart disease. This wasn't just tech, it was survival, his spark keeping the world alive. But Boykin's genius didn't stop there. He patented 26 devices, IBM computers, guided missiles, rewiring tomorrow from scratch. Then the twist. He sued CTS to claim his pacemaker, and they crushed him. His career sank, his name buried under silence. Imagine medicine today without that beat. Countless lives lost because they wouldn't let him shine. His brilliance built our world, so why is he a ghost in history books? Drop Boykin in the comments if his story deserves the spotlight. Follow at the Black History League for more hidden Black history. This is just the pulse kicking in. Now for an invention that you most likely never even thought about before.
Imagine a time when deadly sewer gases invaded homes and one man's invention became their shield. His name? Hugh M Browne, a brilliant Black inventor that tackled a hidden urban crisis. In an era of choking cities, Browne crafted a sewer trap, a device that blocked toxic gases from seeping into homes, revolutionizing sanitation. Born into a world where innovation often went unnoticed, Browne's technical genius focused on a simple yet critical fix, a trap with a deep water seal, preventing foul air while letting waste flow. His design, precise and effective, outshone the crude systems of the day, protecting families from disease. But Browne's impact didn't stop there. His work laid groundwork for safer urban living, a quiet lifeline in growing towns. Yet the technical details of his trap kept it under wraps, overshadowed by flashier inventions. Imagine cities today without that shield, health crises unchecked because his name faded. Picture urban life without Browne's trap. His ingenuity still guards us. So why isn't Hugh M Browne a household name? Drop Browne in the comments if his legacy deserves the spotlight. Follow at the Black History League for more hidden Black history. This is just the start.
This next invention is for all my women and brothers with perms. Let's go.
Imagine a world where your hairbrush couldn't handle your hair. This was the reality until Lyda A Newman, a Black hairdresser, changed everything in 1898. Born in 1865, Lyda spent her life in New York City, working as a hair specialist. But how did she revolutionize hair care? She invented a hairbrush with synthetic bristles, perfect for Black hair. And the best part? It had detachable units for easy cleaning. But Lyda didn't stop there. She was a fervent activist for women's suffrage, fighting for the right to vote. Her legacy lives on, reminding us of the power of innovation and activism.
Let's jump back over to technology and learn about the Black Albert Einstein.
This is why Granville T Woods needs to be known. The visionary who brought the first electric roller coaster to life. A trailblazer whose brilliance lit up the world in ways we still feel today. Born in 1856, this extraordinary Black inventor held over 50 patents, transforming industries with innovations like automatic brakes and advancements in phonograph technology. But it was his groundbreaking work on the figure-8 roller coaster that redefined the thrill of amusement parks forever. Originally developed for trains, Woods adapted his revolutionary electric rail system to create an electrifying amusement ride, which made its debut at Coney Island in 1892. Yet Woods' journey was far from easy. In an era when society refused to acknowledge the genius of a Black man, he faced relentless challenges, and many of his ideas were shamelessly stolen. Despite the obstacles, Woods' inventions were so transformative that industry giants like General Electric, Westinghouse, and American Engineering eagerly sought his expertise. When he passed away in 1910, he was hailed as the Black Thomas Edison. In a poignant tribute to his legacy, the corner of Stillwell and Mermaid Avenues was named Granville T Woods Way in April 2008. So, the next time you feel the adrenaline of a roller coaster ride, take a moment to honor the man who made it all possible. Granville T Woods, a name that deserves to be remembered, celebrated, and spoken with pride.
Now to learn about an invention so widely used, it's a part of every house. Did you know one man cooked up a game changer that lit the way for today's camp stoves? Keep watching, this one's hot and they never wanted you to know. Picture this, it's 1889 and life's a grind. Open fires for cooking, no options for folks on the move. Enter John Standard, a black inventor with fire in his soul. In Newark, New Jersey, he hammered out a compact oil stove. Portable, practical, pure genius. This wasn't just a gadget, it was freedom in a box. A stove you could carry anywhere. Kitchens, camps, cramped tenements, feeding families when the system wouldn't. Patented in '89, it burned clean, cooked fast, and sparked a quiet revolution. Standard turned necessity into power, paving the way for every camp stove sizzling today. At its peak, his idea fueled lives across America, an unsung empire of innovation. But here's the kicker, history let his name flicker out. By the 20th century, portable stoves were everywhere. Yet John Standard, buried. Imagine camping without that stove. No hot meals, no survival edge. If his genius shaped our outdoors, why isn't he a household name? Drop legacy in the comments if he deserves the flame. Follow at the Black History League for more hidden black brilliance. This is just the heat kicking in. This next invention is so electric it'll shock you. Let's ride.
This black man made X-ray imaging for medical and scientific use easier, and I guarantee you don't know his name. Meet George E. Alcorn, a black genius who lit up the stars. Born in 1940, Indy's streets were his playground. Little George hunched over engines with his dad, hands greasy, eyes dreaming big. He hoops at Occidental, slams books at Howard, PhD in physics, tossing his cap with a grin, unstoppable. By 78, he's at NASA, pacing labs, scribbling wild ideas. Then 84 hits, he drops the X-ray imaging spectrometer. George tweaks aluminum like a wizard, thermomigration magic, making X-rays razor sharp for docs and stargazers. NASA crowns him Inventor of the Year, fist pumping as peers cheer. But, plot twist, it's too geeky for fame, buried under tech talk while it scans galaxies and bones. Feel that shiver? That's George peering into space, steady hands flipping the cosmos open. Bigwig slept on him, but he birthed tools we live by. Your X-rays? His echo! So when you see the stars, hear his tune, a serenade of brilliance shining through. Why's George not your hero yet? He mapped the unseen from scratch. Smiling now, huh? Comment if he lifts you up. And follow for more black brilliance. This is just the start.
This next invention is so vital to everyday use, I am not sure where we would be without it.
Black history facts they didn't teach in school. In the 1930s, answering a phone meant sprinting to catch it before it stopped ringing. Missed calls? Tough luck. No way to know who tried you. Enter Benjamin Thornton, a black inventor in Chicago, 1931, flipping the game. He's in his basement, wiring a box that does the impossible, records phone messages, and timestamps them. His gadget, U.S. patent 1,816,824, is voicemail's great-granddaddy. Businesses lose it. Imagine a doctor getting a patient's call at 2 a.m. Thornton, a radio nerd, outsmarted telecom big shots. But here's the sting. White inventors swooped in later, claiming the spotlight. His tech sparked texts, DMs, even your iPhone's voice memos. Why's his name dust? Drop Thornton in the comments if he deserves his shine. Follow for more hidden black history. To learn about more stories similar, grab our free 5-story ebook and daily newsletter using the first link in the bio.
Here is an invention that is vastly different from the rest. Without further ado, let's go.
Black history that you probably don't know. Imagine inventing a groundbreaking machine gun only to have your idea stolen. This is the story of Eugene Burkins, born in New Orleans in 1877. But how did a man with little formal education create the Burkins automatic machine gun? Inspired by a picture of the guns on the battleship Maine, he crafted his first model with a pocket knife. Despite meeting military standards, he couldn't sell his invention. Instead, he ran a restaurant in Chicago and died penniless in Detroit. 10 years later, his idea was stolen and used. This is the story of a forgotten genius. Stay tuned for more untold stories of innovation and resilience. Subscribe or follow for more similar content.
For the final two inventions, they not only revolutionized America, but also the world. Without these inventions, countless lives would have been lost.
Aight fam, imagine curing leprosy at 23 years old, only to have a backstabber steal your work. Who I'm talking about? Her name was Alice Augusta Ball, a black chemist out of Hawaii in 1915, doing big things. Born in Seattle in 1892, she was up against a world that wasn't trying to see a black woman shine. But Alice, she was different, man. First black woman to snag a chemistry master's at the University of Hawaii at 23. She took on this nasty chalmugra oil, a leprosy treatment that had folks sick and burning. Alice figured it out, mixing up her ball method, a shot that worked, easing sores, letting people go home to their families. That's love, right? But here's the messed up part. She passed at 24 to unknown causes shortly after her discovery, not able to see the fortune of her work. What's even worse is a conniving low-down colleague stole her work, taking credit. Still, her work saved lives. Drop Elise in the comments if she deserves her flowers. Follow for more Black History vibes. Want more? Grab our free 5-story ebook and sign up for our daily newsletter at the link in our bio. This black nurse changed the lives of disabled patients forever with her invention when the world needed it most. Without her, plenty of lives would have been lost. Yet history doesn't talk about her. Her name? Bessie Blount Griffin, and her story deserves to be shouted from the rooftops. Born in 1914 in Virginia, Bessie was a nurse with a fire in her soul to help others. In the 1940s and 50s, while aiding amputees after World War II, she saw a problem. Soldiers who'd lost their arms, struggling to eat independently. In 1951, Bessie invented a portable feeding device, a tube-based system that let patients control their meals with a simple bite or head movement. It was revolutionary, yet simple, a medical aid that gave freedom back to the disabled. She patented it, taught it to veterans' hospitals, and even pitched it to the French government when the U.S. didn't fully embrace it. Bessie didn't stop there. She later became a forensic scientist, cracking cases with her genius. But her feeding device? It's a quiet hero in medical history. Think about it. Without her, how many innovations for the disabled might have stalled? So why isn't Bessie Blount Griffin a name we all know? Drop a comment below if you think she deserves more shine. Follow for more hidden gems of Black history.
Now we have it. 15 Black inventions that shaped the world. If you like this video and want more similar type inventions in the comments, and I can put together a part 2, do not forget to get our free 5-story ebook and 30-day Audible audiobook trial with the first link in our bio or in the comments. Thanks for watching.